We move towards Katoomba now, where helicopters are being used to backburn vast amounts of inaccessible bushland. Specialist teams are dropping small balls of fire to create containment lines, protecting towns along the Great Western Highway. Reporter Tom Steinford has been with the chopper crews today. Tom, they're certainly a godsend for those on the ground.
Yeah, Pete, these aircraft have been critical to the firefight today, and they'll be even more so tomorrow. I mean, put yourself in the shoes of a family with a fire front bearing down on their property, and all of a sudden you see the sky crane come over the horizon. For them, it must be a saving grace, quite literally, sent from above. At times today, the Blue Mountains resembled a scene from Apocalypse Now. 94 aircraft working in unison across the state. On a day like today, where blazes burn deep within thick bushland, not only are the aircraft the best way to attack the flames, but quite often they're the only way.
They're great. All the aircraft make a massive difference.
There's the gargantuan sky crane menacing through the sky, and so many others in the supporting squadron. And this helmet cam shows exactly how the process works. Last-minute checks before liftoff, but it's so busy they have to wait for other choppers to land before becoming airborne. On board, skilled pilots at the helm, but what's below is just as important. This camera, mounted on a water bombing bucket, illustrates the precision operation, loading a ton of water at a time, then through thick smoke, pinpointing exactly where flames are at their most threatening and dumping the load. Mark Harold has taken to the skies for the last week straight and was one of the many air crews at Springwood when it was swallowed by flames on Thursday. You were right above Springwood as it was ravaged the other day. What was it like watching that?
Pretty disheartening, pretty devastating. By the time we got there, the fire had sort of moved into the suburban area. At the end of the day, we were probably just trying to put out houses that were on fire so the house next door didn't catch on fire.
There are hundreds of people involved in the aerial fight, and these are just some of them at the morning briefing at Katoomba Airstrip. The exhaustion written all over their faces. But all day, they continue to take flight. They know that their hard work today could potentially prevent a horrific day tomorrow.
So many of these helicopters are out there fighting fires, but as strange as it seems, a number are up there starting them as well. They're using what are called incendiary devices, basically dropping small balls of fire to start backburns in areas that can't be accessed by ground crews.
Here you see them loading the pellets, and then into the dense bush, the fire is dropped. The helmet cam view is just a taste of what it's like above for these crews. Along with helicopters, there are numerous fixed-wing aircraft involved in today's major operation. But whether or not this mission is a success is just like the aircraft themselves, up in the air. Tomorrow will hold the answers. Tom Steinford, 9 News.
Well, the buzz of choppers, the roar of trucks, the constant shuttle of brigades and volunteers, they make up the noise and movement of firefighting. But for many families in the small Blue Mountains village of Barrambing, it's a nerve-wracking time just watching and waiting.
An ominous glow burns in the distance, stretching along the ridgeline, bearing down on Lithgow. But this was friendly fire, strategically set by RFS volunteers from all over the state, who worked all day and long into the night.
You see it on the news and you can't stay home, you've got to come up and help, and we don't mind doing it.
To the east, crews burn a ring of defence around a property at Barrambing. While this may seem daunting, backburns like this will be the best protection for locals in the coming days. The crews on the ground, they're fatigued, they're worn out, but they're prepared to fight for homes like that one up there to the bitter end. Cole Fulliger and his wife Danny couldn't be more thankful as they watch on with 5 dogs and 3 horses they rescued from broken homes.
We've done it tough in the past, so no animals suffer on this property.
Like so many of these volunteers, Cole is fighting to save properties, knowing his own home is also under threat.
Yeah, you get a bit tired, but you've got to do it.
Nobody is unrealistic about the looming forecast. How do you feel about the situation at the moment?
I'm an eternal optimist. It doesn't feel as bad as I think, but tomorrow could be another story completely.
As locals wait, the Bells line of road is at a standstill. For now, the Ramachi family is out of business. They make Bilpin's famous apple pies.
My mum and dad have been building their house for too long, so they don't want to leave.
The Hawkesbury Showground has been turned into a refuge for animals, looked after by donations. A makeshift menagerie of pets, including more than 70 horses, all in need of a safe place to stay.
We've got plenty of space here. Even if we run out of stalls and cages, we'll sort something out. But don't leave it to the last minute. Make the phone call or even just bring the animals down. We'll sort it all out when you get here.
Dimity Clancy, 9 News.